Hey everyone, welcome to today's Explainer. We are diving into a really fascinating allegory today from a source material known as Crysticism, Christocode. And I gotta tell you, it completely reframes the way we look at a very common, very normal daily habit. Like, instead of just a beverage, what if the thing most of us consume literally every single day is actually a hidden technological operating system? We're going to explore this incredible narrative on how we power our lives, our minds, and our spiritual energy. Okay, let's just dive right into this. So, have you ever actually wondered what's hiding inside your morning coffee routine? I mean, we usually think of it as, a warm hug in a mug, right? A quick little boost to get our adult responsibilities out of the way. But I want to hook you right out of the gate with this idea. What if you reconsidered that daily cup of coffee as a hidden program? Just imagine it as a background application, quietly running behind the scenes of your life, subtly shaping your behavior without you even realizing it's there. To really understand this, we have to look at what the source material calls the long con. Basically, this is a slow, elegant hack. Its entire purpose is to subtly distract and drain human energy over time, effectively trapping our consciousness in the purely physical, material world. Now imagine two cosmic orchestrators, named Serpent and the Tempter. But instead of some dark, gloomy underworld, picture them operating from a bright, futuristic, and perfectly serene control room. It's a super clean, quiet operation looking down on a massive global dashboard of human habits. And what exactly is the software these cosmic architects are rolling out? Well, it's dubbed Cafeinism. The core objective here isn't just about making people jittery. It's literally the ultimate software rollout designed to convince humanity that we are merely biological machines. Caffeine acts as the primary coding language for this program. By using it, they train human souls to obey an artificial, predictable system, effectively overriding our natural, vibrant energy. So this Cafeinism matrix has a few specific objectives. First, to trap consciousness in a purely physical existence. Second, to replace your natural, sustained human energy with artificial, temporary spikes. Third, and I think this brilliantly illustrates the real-world application, to establish daily rituals, like our beloved coffee breaks, as a way to systematically extract nervous energy. And finally, to steer humanity toward materialism and the illusion of false power. When you look at a global map of this rollout, there are no flashing red lights. It just looks like perfectly normal hotspots, vibrant cafes, university libraries, office buildings. The dependency totally hides in plain sight. Section 1. Installing Cafeinism version 1. To see how this works, meet Abby. She is a completely normal 25-year-old. She's just navigating the everyday stresses of adulthood. Career moves, paying rent, staying connected with friends. Right now, she's relaxing in a vibrant, cozy cafe called Brood Awakening with her friends Rev and Diesel. It's a beautifully grounded, serene atmosphere. Laptops are open, people are in casual clothes, natural sunlight is streaming in. Absolutely nothing looks sinister here. It's just young professionals feeling the weight of adult responsibilities and looking for a little boost to get through the afternoon. Her friend Rev takes a sip of his caramel latte and says, "It's delicious. Like dessert that makes you smarter." I actually love this quote because it shows exactly how harmless, appealing, and culturally accepted the software looks before the initial download. It's framed as a life hack. It's a treat. It's just productivity in a cup. But as Abby takes her first sip of black coffee, something shifts. She feels that sudden rush of heat down her throat. Her brain snaps into focus like someone just turned the brightness up on a screen. She feels like she can completely conquer her deadlines. But on an unseen level, Cafeinism version 1.0 has just been initiated. It's the unseen program that begins installing in her nervous system right at that exact moment. By taking that sip, Abby just unknowingly clicked accept on a cosmic system update. Section 2. The Daily Caffeine Cycle. Over the following weeks, Abby's life totally adapts to the new program through an auto-updating morning routine. 7 a.m., the alarm sounds. 7:05 a.m., a quick phone check. 7:15 a.m., the shower. And by 7:45 a.m., it's time for the coffee download. The crucial point here is how seamlessly the Cafeinism program blends right into normal adult behaviors. It doesn't feel like an addiction or some kind of system override. It literally just feels like what a responsible 25-year-old does to get ready for the workday. But let's contrast the evolution of this program over time. Initially, it feels like a cheat code. Abby feels bouncy, sharp, confident, and totally switched on during her morning meetings. But gradually, it shifts into a system requirement. With that upgraded energy, a sharper, darker inner presence boots up. It starts whispering to her, keep drinking. You need this to stay on top. The fun life hack has quietly transformed into a demand. The internal voice shifts entirely, telling her, just one more. You function better with me. Coffee is no longer treated as a beverage choice by her nervous system. It has become a mandatory operating system patch. If she wants to be her confident, capable self, she has to run the update. She just can't imagine uninstalling it.
Section 3, glitches and hidden costs.
So what happens when the caffeine wears off? I mean, no system can run borrowed energy forever without generating some heat, right? Abby starts experiencing internal system glitches. Emotionally, she becomes short-fused, anxious, and easily frustrated, like snapping when the Wi-Fi lags for 5 seconds. Mentally, she gets brain fog, rereading the same email 3 times. Physically, she suffers pounding headaches if she misses her morning cup. Energetically, she feels wired, yet entirely exhausted, moving through her day like a lagging, buffering video. This all culminates in a wonderfully grounded scene. Abby takes a moment of pause in a vibrant, natural setting, just a normal park near her house. The trees are swaying, the sky is clear. She tries to just sit and breathe. But instead of peace, she feels this fog behind her eyes. It's acting like static on a radio, jamming the connection to her true self. It's in this totally serene environment that she finally realizes she is being quietly rewired from the inside out. She experiences a literal internal network clash. Her true self, the gentle voice, is sending cool, calm signals, urging her to reconnect to her higher thoughts, to focus on the good, and to break free. But fighting against it is the Cafeinism program, the dependent voice, sending sharp, urgent alerts. It's demanding an instant caffeine upgrade to fix the static, insisting that she's nothing without her coffee. These two networks are actively fighting for bandwidth in her mind.
Section 4, escaping the gateway program.
The very next morning, Abby makes a bold, declarative decision. She reaches for a warm mug of herbal tea instead of her usual black coffee. And the moment she does this, she triggers massive system errors from the dependent voice. Her hands are shaking slightly, her pulse is racing, and that darker voice is practically screaming at her that she will fall apart without it. It is strongly protesting the sudden loss of control over her nervous system. Through this, Abby suddenly remembers how this app is designed to work. It's a clear gateway escalation path. Step 1, coffee opens the door to false highs. Step 2, eventually, the initial rush just stops working. Step 3, the system then demands stronger, faster spikes, maybe transitioning to harsh energy drinks. And finally, step 4, the user completely forgets their true identity, trading their natural essence for material dependence. It's a slippery slope designed by the tempter to pull humans away from themselves. And this brings us to a crucial realization for Abby. By facing the dependency right now, by fighting through the static and the headaches today, she stops herself from sliding further down that slope. If she doesn't uninstall Cafeinism at this level while it's just coffee, she risks losing her spiritual connection and her true self entirely to deeper system entrapment. Which leads to this incredibly powerful moment of awakening. She cements her decision with a single thought. I refuse to be a user in someone else's system. She decides right there to reclaim her own energy, to restore her natural code, and to take back the administrative rights to her own mind and spirit. Which leaves us with a final, provocative thought for you to take away from all this. Think about your own daily routines. Who is really running your internal operating system? You or the app? Are your habits actually yours, or are they a background program quietly installed by something else? Keep questioning your code, stay focused, and I'll see you in the next explainer.